Howdy folks, Morgoth the Barbarian here, and welcome to the 11th episode of our Rare Old Tycoon 2 playthrough, where today we are visiting the lovely Alps. See? I told you they look lovely, but they're not going to be through us, because we are going to have to go through them as we explore the Brenner Pass. Hooray! Sounds like fun. But again, building a railroad through this is going to be a whole nother story. Of course, hitting those like and subscribe buttons is fun, because you never know what kind of shenanigans I might be up to. Much appreciated if you do. And as you can see, we've already entered the scenario. Let's just say there was a little bit of a hiccup, hence the cold start. But just so we can catch everybody up, this is what we gotta do. We gotta go from Munich to Verona. We're the only railroad here, so we don't have to worry about anybody else. And to do this, we gotta connect the two cities and haul 12 carloads and haul some amount of carloads. If we do it by 1878 and get 12 carloads, excuse me, I can barely talk, bronze. Do it 3 years sooner and double that amount, silver. Do it 6 years sooner and haul 32, we get the gold. So long story short, we have 19 years. How we do it is a whole different story, because this looks as brutal as it might seem, though the game was nice enough to leave mountain passes in everywhere. So that's awesome. Now, I've already gone ahead and started a company, and I can tell you right now we're going to connect Munich to Augsburg. You'll see in just a moment. But if anyone's wondering what scenario I picked, I believe I picked the train speed one? I didn't pick the manager. I believe I picked the train speed. But as you can see, we got Rudolph Diesel as our manager. Let's start by fixing that, though, because that's... Oh, this isn't going to help. And all he does is really do stuff with stock prices, and there's no diesel engine, so we'll have to fix that when the time comes. The stock market, for once, isn't going to be an issue, so I'm not going to have any dividend. So that's pretty easy. So, the best way we're going to do this is to go through the mountains, and somehow we're going to have to go to Verona. I think I already see a route, and it starts here in Rosenheim. Goes past Innsbruck. Probably this route is the best, and we get to Edelo. And inevitably, we come out over here and find our way east of Verona. There's not too much we can do in regards to money, though. There's hardly any cities, so we may have to connect a few over here in the meantime. But I already see our first route. And we're not going to mess around here. Let's just go straight for it. We're going to connect Munich and Augsburg, just to get us a nice little base over here. That's going to extend a little further out. So, per earlier, there you go. There's Munich. You got to have those cattle farms for sure, so Augsburg it is. And since Munich's our main station, we'll give it the roundhouse. There we go, simple little setup. And, well, the train selection just is not that good, but give it a few years and that'll change. I don't like the acceleration on the Prussians, but I think for this scenario we have to do it. So Prussians, we have to. There's no other choice here. Of course, we get the traditional opening here, which is our passenger rails. We'll deal with the cattle shortly here. Okay. Oops, I don't want to buy back stock. I'm looking to issue. And speaking of the cattles, we also have a granary. Oh, I didn't realize we had a granary over here until just now. Ooh. Huh. Alright. So where's Innsbruck? We'll take him up on the... Oh, it's all the way over here. That can be arranged. If we could, I'd like to have just a small, a separate grain train over here. So we'll take out one loan. Get this party started. And back to our last train over here. If we're going to do that, that's going to help us out twice. There we go. Train, why you know half stuff? Come on already. Give us the program. This train doesn't even have anything either. What are we doing? Alright, you go to Munich. My goodness. Set those trains off in motion before it was too late. Okay. Gotta connect a couple other routes over here, so Ulm it is. That gives us a nice little base, but outside of those three cities, we have nothing. We have no towns, really, so we're just gonna have to, you know, move along. This could be very useful as we get to Rosenheim, but again, nothing there. None of this is really going to help. So let me get Ulm Station set up, and then we'll start the process of making it to Innsbruck through this pass. The mountain passes are going to be our friends, as will be this screen right here. So you're going to see a lot of those green squares, just as a heads up. Alright, that works. Now again, unlike the other scenarios we've had, we're not going to have to worry about territories, so that will be nice and refreshing not to deal with that for once. Alright, so can Ulm have a small... Oh, we can. Alright, excellent. I should build one in Augsburg, too, just for... the sake of it. Alright. Send you to Ulm. You're not going there. You're not going there. You will. Okay, we'll just give it a minute to get our trains rolling here. I was just going to say maybe we should issue another bond, but we can't right now. We can issue stock in a minute. Well, we don't need to. That worked out. Another passenger train. Oh, there's grain over here? Oh, I didn't... Oh, boy, we're already messing up. Yikes. I did not realize there was grain over here. Oh, man. Okay. Ulm has a little of both, too. So we can just clone this. Want to give all of our passengers trains. There's a granary over there, too. Oh, man, there's a lot of cattle. Okay, we need to have another one. We'll send it to Ulm over here. We'll just do that. I know that's kind of defeating the fact, but whatever. Alright, we need another train. One more. There we go. I think that should be enough, but we'll add more as time goes on. Wow, we are dropping a lot of cattle. This might be busy here over here. Ah, oh, look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot. To see it. All right, let's get over to Innsbruck. Enough messing around over here. And we'll start with Rosenheim. That makes the most logical sense over here. In theory, we don't really need the wood right now, but that'll come in the handy later on. So here we go. And since there's going to be mountains, we actually might need to be building a lot more roundhouses than normal. Okay, Rosenheim has people, so as long as they're not heading to Ulm, we can head in that direction. We can't do anything with the wood just yet. What's actually funny, though... Oh boy, this game's moving a bit too fast over here. I'm going to try and get to Innsbruck, but... it's going to be a little bit tricky over here. Okay, now this is where this comes into play here. Actually, hold on for 1 minute before I start building. Okay, now you give me Robert Gerwig. That's cool. Jeez. You may recall him from last game. May recall him from last game. Alright. Nah, we may not make it. No! Alright, I'm going to try and get us to Innsbruck over here, but that's no guarantee. Well, actually... pause the game for a minute. See if I can here. This is going to be a little bit tricky. Expect a lot of me adjusting camera angles, by the way. Also doesn't help to have all of these, so, but there's nothing I can do about it. I know. The grid, now that's not going to help us one bit either. As long as our trains don't have good acceleration, that's not going to help. Alright. Give me one more bond. So let's see here. Where are we going? Are we going straight or going ahead? Oh yeah, we were going straight. Uh-oh. We have our first issue here. This is not what I want to be seeing. Game did us no favors and put this house here. And you can kind of see the issue with doing that. Well, for the first time, we're going to have to unveil eminent domain. Sorry. Your house is in my way. Depends on if I want that or not, I suppose. There we go. I know, that was kind of a, that sucks, but so be it. So, if we send food, we'll be getting 75% more. That's got it. So, with that being said... let's take advantage of that. Although, I wonder if that's for, you know, the whole thing, or if it's just for that. Not for nothing. Well, I guess we'll find out, shall we? Alright, there's only one train here. We can restart the game now. I'm only going to do one passenger train because of all the mountain pass shenanigans here. Yeah, the curbs and stuff is just going to kill our trains a lot in the early game, but later on I imagine it'll be a lot better. So let me speed this up a little bit. So we'll just keep going through the mountain pass here. If the game will let us here. Hang on. I was just going to say, what? Ah, there we go. That'll help a lot. Still have a good chance to upgrade my fleet, too. Not for nothing. How much would it cost? Whatever 78 times 8 is. So we need $500,000. I'm going to upgrade my entire fleet. It's worth it. Believe me when I say this, it'll be worth it. Oh, look at that. 1 million. No, it's actually going to cost a little more, but that's fine. Alright, we need a little bit here. Come on, trains. Help us out. Alright, I think we can pull it off now. 1 second. So we'll just replace everyone with an Iron Duke. With 2 trains couldn't make it, but that's okay. Again, that is definitely worth the investment. And from now on, we'll be pumping out Iron Dukes throughout the whole course of the game here. I know, we still haven't gotten our passenger rail set up from Innsbruck to Rosenberg, as well as the lumber. We're still a little bit slow on that. Actually, we can do... Yeah, see, look at all the logs coming in, and there's nothing we can do about it, because I have no cash on hand. It seems to be a problem all the time. Alright, there we go. You get the 2 trains replaced first. Okay, there we go. Now we've got our entire fleet upgraded. We'll just go to Munich. That's as far as I want to go. There's no point in going any further. And then, where was the lumber? Oh, it was in Rosenheim. Gotcha. Oops. That's good. There we go. That should work. There is no other lumber mills in sight, so we'll just leave it as is. Oh man, we got a lot of cattle and grain coming out of this, so... We'll do one more. Send it over to Rosenberg. There we go. Actually, we'll clone this route too. Why not? There we go. We're all set. We'll add a grain car at the end. There we go. That should provide us with enough cash to get going here. So, with that being said, let's move along, shall we? We don't have that much time, remember? I mean, theoretically, the game says we do, but I don't want to push it. I'm having trouble seeing here. Hold on. Sometimes these mountain passes, they block your view. Uh-oh. We have our first problem. Oh, that's not good. Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. Get lost. Bruh. Stop. Hold on, the game's letting me do it. I suppose. Fine. There's gonna be some slight hills, but I can't control those. If there is, so be it. We just don't want any major grades, that's all. So where are we heading to, you might ask? This seems to be the very first destination we're looking at. Somehow, I gotta get across this bridge. And we said Brisolo, right? Or wherever that place is. Hold on. Yes. No, Adelo. I don't know why I called it Brisolo. My bad. Fool. Oh, here's where we're going. Okay, there we go. Probably somewhere in the mountains here, and we're gonna have to do this every once in a while. Oh, the angle on this just sucks. Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. Uh-oh. Mind you, I can build, like, you know... Thank God for Robert Gerwig and his train and his buff there. Oh man, this is the angle on this is just not cooperating. Oh man. Yeah, alright. We'll have to figure this one out. This one's a little bit tricky unless we go around the river. That's possible too. We'll come back to that in a little bit. We're also going to have to build small little stations along the way for our trains so that they don't run out of sand, water, and sometimes oil too. If they do, that's going to be an issue. You know what? The only way to play this is to go around. What I want to be doing. Alright. Oh, once again, heavy grades. We'll have to eat it. Not exactly what I want to be doing, but so be it. And I guess suppose we can build our first small station over here. And I suppose the very first small station we'll build is over here. So again, we don't want our trains to run out of stuff. Otherwise, if they do, that's going to be an issue. Then they're more likely to crash, and we don't want them to crash, especially on the way to a major destination. So... where are we heading to? We said Edelo, right? So it kind of has to be through here. Man, oh man, this is a little tricky. Fortunately, we don't have to worry much about Mula. Alright, we got our first bridge. Alright, we're good. And now, I forget where we were going to go. Ah, okay, so we're heading off to the left over here now. So we're veering off to the left and going through this little mountain valley. This is where it can get a little bit painful here. You can see on the screen that doesn't really yield too many bad... Alright, so we made it to Edelo. Not for solo. Again, oopsies. And I suppose we could do one small little station over here, too, before we get to the big for Edelo. There we go. Now we just wait for our money to pile. Well, yeah, we just wait for our money to pile up. The coal ain't gonna do us any good, but whatever. That's fine. I mean, there's no shame in having it. There we go. There's nothing here in Edelo, unfortunately. But there will be now. Edelo does yield coal. I believe Munich needs it. Yes, they do demand it. All right, we can build one train over here to take advantage. Sure, why not? And that's all we're sending back, because there's no demand in Edelo for it. Meanwhile, speaking of demanding stuff, ew. We don't even need to do that right now. We can build another one from Innsbruck and call it a day. Oh, I was just gonna say. There's a lot of cattle still over there. I suppose we can do this. Send it somewhere else. There we go. Want to spread it out a little bit so that we don't flood the market with stuff. There we go. So now we've got over to Edelo. And now comes the fun part. Zoom all the way down this mountain pass. And now we gotta run right across this here lake. This conveniently placed lake, I might add. And look at this! We suddenly find ourselves in Italy! And Verona's right nearby. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now this is getting good. So Brescia, hello. We'll put a roundhouse over here too. No, we won't. Now we will. Alright, sometimes it takes a second to register. Brescia has produce. This is what I was talking about too. Our trains are just not going to do good on these grades. It's going to take a long time. Suppose we can build it to Munich. Just to say hello. Not exactly how I would do it, but oh well. There's really no point, only because, you know, of the grades. So now comes what we're looking for. Verona, let's go. Let's go over there. Say hello. There it is. Well, now we've almost got it. We're literally right on the doorstep over here. And with that being said, bam. Huh. The town has several skilled engineers who involved in your current... That's 70%. Really? Now he gives us a boost on track building. Oh, come on already. That's silly. That's silly. My goodness. Alright, we can only do that, realistically. What is it with these stations not getting stuff right off the bat? Uh-oh. Merchant from Edelo. Promising to run the mayor's of town. We already did, so that's all set. See, Verona has lumber mill, but getting the products over there is going to be a royal pain in the you-know-what. We'll do it anyways, because I like money. You know what? Forget all that. Now, let's get what we came here for, shall we? Remember now, we need 32 loads between the cities in 15 years. So this route is going to get cloned an awful lot. And yes, apparently those count. The caboose and the dining car count. And as long as there's enough, we'll start pumping out trains like crazy. So let's see, we have enough for one. So as soon as those two cities get enough supply, we'll send one out. And then there's that. There's going to be the threat of that, so we're going to have to monitor that. In the meantime, while we're waiting for trains to actually make it here. Uh-oh. Well, of course it was. Uh-oh. Train safety. I'd rather have safety than speed, so we'll slow the trains. Uh-oh. Look at this. He tells you that you're probably taken care of by him personally. Really now? Well, that we'll have to man it, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay. And just like that, our trains are already starting to break down. That's just what I wanted to see. So right now we have 18 loads en route between the two cities. We'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully none of them break down. So what I'm going to do is start speeding up the scenario here, and whenever we get 3 in passengers and 1 mail in the two cities, we'll do it. So what I would like to do... Oh, here we go. The railroad contractor comes to you, unable to look you in the eye, sorry as is. Asks for your forgiveness and promises to replace all the poor quality rail and cut is cost you by 30%. So I have found another do we forgive or give him the boot? You know what? You forced me to slow my trains down, so you know what? Get out of here. Yes, okay, so now it's going to tell me about that. So now, we're done building trains, so Mr. Gerwin isn't really useful anymore. And besides that, Mr. Mayor can give us a little bit more, so... I don't really care about money, so maybe Mr. Mayor will help us in this. There we go. Buy up some industries while we're waiting over here. Try to get us a bit more cash in our pockets. Well, in our company's pockets. For us, it doesn't really do anything, unfortunately. Nope, we got one more. Ah, of course. When we did that, we kind of... Alright, so once again, another one. There we go. So that's going to wait for the mail car. That's okay. While in Verona, we sit back and wait. When it gets to 2, we'll do another one. In the meantime, maybe I ought to spread this train out before it causes more harm than good. This doesn't really do us anything, but it kind of helps with that one train that's going around here and just dropping off produce. So there you go. Now we'll spread it out a little bit. Ah, that's going to cause a backup. Ugh. I hate to see that. So let's see. We're waiting for that to move along. Let's see. So Verona is still waiting for another passenger. How much are these yielding? 6 and 2. Okay. Yeah, we can do one from Verona now. Excellent. And again, I'm telling our, well, actually, you know what? Silly me. Forgot we can kind of send produce here, too. There we go. Yeah, we can replace mail cars with produce, too, if we can. Munich can demand it, so there's no shame in sending that off. Just dawned on me that we could do that. Okay, we got another one all set up and ready to go. So I believe we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 24 loads. So get me 2 more trains like that, and that should do the trick. So we'll monitor that. Theoretically, we could go to Venice, but without any lumber, I don't see why. I know, we haven't really done anything in the stock market, so that's just a token, buy some stock kind of deal. So, whatever. There we go. How is this train doing? Just curious. So, this is the sand, this is the water. You want to keep those as far up as you can, and so far they seem to be doing good. The grade is going to make this a lot trickier, but it's fine. Again, so be it if the grade kind of sucks. There's nothing I could really do about that. We bought the best we could here, basically, but so it is what it is. I have a couple more things over here, and we're good. So remember, we need 2 more trains, so we'll get that one started. Don't necessarily need the mail car. And can Munich send 1 more over? Alright, yes it can. So I would actually like to have 1 more just in case our Iron Duke crashes. If you recall, we had this sort of incident happen in the Paris to Constantinople scenario, where 2 trains crashed going from Paris to Constantinople. So let's have a backup one just in case here. At this point, it's just a matter of waiting. And of course, now we're going to get robbed. Uh-oh. With no representation... Uh-oh. Really? He wants to remove us from Munich? Fine. Okay, we'll lower the fares. That's kind of unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, when our train got robbed, yeah. That's also could happen too. Of course. Train robbers decided to struck. This is why we had an extra one planned out. We're now going to have a new extra one planned out. So that was kind of unfortunate, and that's why we built a second train. Ignore the fact that all of our trains are having breakdowns over here. That's not going to do us any good. Alright, there we go. As soon as we can get another one up, though, I'll build another backup. Okay, there we go. Now we're just waiting. Oh. Really? Okay, cool, thanks. Nice. Excellent. But with these robberies, it's not going to help us at all. Okay. Bergamino will give us 200 grand if we connect to it, but there's nothing there except a grain mill, which doesn't do us anything. Could go to Venice if I really wanted to, and you know what? I think we'll do that. Even though this doesn't really do us anything. Have no fear, we'll get through this. Back here, I would like to let you send you to Venice. There you go. Love another one, just so that we don't have to deal with this. Actually, Venice should also have one of those too, when they're refrigerated for the produce. There we go. I'm not going to oversaturate this line. So is anything here? Not yet, but of course a train crashes. All right. So the first passenger rail is near Edelo at the moment. We'll see some trains are now entering the mountains. Oh dear. Okay, we're going to have a rough ride. I'm going to get rid of all my debt just in case. That doesn't really do us anything, but so be it. We've got to be getting close, right? I think we actually do have a load done. Well, I'm looking at it. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Remember, we got till 1872 here. Uh-oh. Oh, but they're very close to Verona. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Nice. All right, we'll just give it a minute. Oh, we're about to have our first one. Yep, there it is. We have our very first train go through. Or it could be the second. I don't know. The problem is we're never going to know how... Oh, that's a problem. We're never going to know how, you know, what the trains are. How many loads were hauled. Now to have a second one come in. Yep, there's a second one. Third. I think we're close. Now it's just a matter of playing the waiting game here. There's a fourth. Wow, they're all coming in. Excellent. At this point, it's just a matter of time. Can we do it? Do we have enough time to pull this off? I know, that doesn't net very much. There's another one. This train's 20 through 23, so do we have anything close? The next closest is you. And you are there. Oh, we're running out of time here. We got 6 years left. All sitting at the station waiting for stuff. Oh, this is gonna get very close. We gotta be close, but I don't know. There it is. I was wondering how close we are. We did it. We got the gold. Excellent. I knew we could do it. I knew we would. Alrighty, so we conquered the Alps. Excellent.
Now that you've made your way successfully through the Alps, take a step forward in time to Russia and witness a great human achievement. Then, like the good industrialist you are, take full advantage of the situation.
So we conquered the Alps, and it looks like on the next episode, we're going to be conquering communism. Hooray! I mean, who doesn't want to? So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see what happens when the walls come down. Alrighty.
I'm getting old here. You want to get started before they come and measure me for a coffin?
You know, you're just going to keep doing this to us. It ain't going to be pretty, buddy, okay? Let me end the episode. Again, thank you guys for watching. You know what buttons to hit, blah, blah, blah. See you in the next one. Because we're going after the commies. Everyone loves to see it. Bye.